So the first time I left the country, I was 12. I was nominated to go on a trip to Italy and Greece when I was in the 7th grade, and through EF Tours. So that was my first time leaving the country, period. And so like that completely changed my life. And I had always dreamt of somehow, being able to continue doing that. So like that, I think, is really where it started. Once you have that kind of experience.
Especially at such a young age, right? Because I feel like that's where it matters so much, is like whatever makes like a huge impact on you when you're like a young teenager, I feel like is something that kind of lasts forever.
Yeah.
Like for us, it was bikes.
Yeah.
Like I saw someone jump a bike, and I was like, that seems like fun.
Yeah.
You did something far more productive. You went to a different country and learned a culture.
No, productive in what sense? Like, that's whatever, perspective.
We've had lifelong friends and experiences
that's
totally...
totally...
I mean, you get from traveling as well. It's two different things, and we've traveled all over the States for...
That's super
absolutely.
True, yeah.
Like, don't downplay your greatness and by any means.
Ness, I would never downplay my own awesomeness. I was trying to lift you up.
Oh, thank you. Yes, Gavin always does that. Shout out to Gavin. But yeah, so absolutely, like that is what kind of set things off. And I would not have been able to have that experience if it wasn't for a company like EF Tours and like being nominated through my school. And so like I definitely come from humble beginnings, and so like somebody like me would not have been able to afford to be able to go abroad and have that experience. And so just through like fundraising and through like the nomination and, I made it happen because my parents like certainly couldn't afford to do something like that. And so I think that always stuck with me. And so that was just the beginning. And then the next year, 8th grade, I went to England, Ireland, and Scotland and Wales in 8th grade. And then, and so that's like, once I left, I was hooked. And I have always like dreamt of continuing that. And so, but of course, like really couldn't afford it until I was an adult. So then the next time after, like those experiences with EF Tour and like, only because of that, like the next time I left the country, I was 18.
So like a serious gap. I bet that was like the best itch to scratch.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
oh, yeah. Yeah.
If you were that excited about travel and then you just had to wait for like 6 years.
Yeah. Until like I could afford to pay for it. Yeah. Like, had a job and like could afford to pay for it myself. So I went to the Bahamas just like for a family reunion on a cruise. And it was just like any opportunity that I've ever had to say yes to travel, I always do, no matter like what I have to pull out of my ass to make it happen.
I'm going to Mexico next month.
Yes, so like, I think experiences are so incredibly important and just make for a quality life, and so that's why I'm super passionate about travel, and I believe that travel should not be a luxury. I think everyone should be able to travel and see the world and have the opportunity to do that. So that's why I'm passionate about what I do as far as my line of work, and so. It's one thing for like somebody like myself after kind of having that experience as like a young person to be able to kind of figure out travel and have the courage to do that. But it's another thing for somebody that's maybe never left the country to, sort of like make that happen for themselves.